Welcome back, Warrior. We are reading the in-between chapters of the Come Follow Me reading for the Old Testament, and we can still find amazing gems in between those chapters. And for me, it's just one of those things where I need to have to read it because I don't want to miss out, but also because I want to check off that I read the Bible, and I can't say that if I didn't actually read the words that are in the Bible and I'm only skipping chapters, because that to me does not count. And it's fine if it counts for you, because you get to say whatever you want and I get to say whatever I want. So if I'm going to say that I read the Bible 3 times, I want to be able to know that I read the whole Bible 3 times. And so this is my 3rd time reading the Bible, and I'm excited. I'm excited about it because it's like I've read the Book of Mormon so many times. I don't even know how many times. And the Bible 3 times because it's so big. Because the Bible consists of like Old Testament and New Testament. Anyway, okay, so Exodus chapter 28. Aaron and his sons are to be consecrated and anointed to minister in the priest's office. Aaron's garments are to include a breastplate, an ephod, a robe, a coat, a mitre, and a girdle. The breastplate of judgment is to contain 12 precious stones with the names of the tribes of Israel thereon. The Urim and Thummim are to be carried in the breastplate. Okay, a lot of similarity. Okay, so traveling tabernacle that they have is their temple. Okay, and we will see a lot. Oh, excuse me. We will see a lot of similarities for the temple in this chapter and in other chapters. And it's really cool how the Lord is giving them specific instruction on how to do certain things. And I was wondering what like the other people that are not building the tabernacle are doing throughout this time. And I'm like, it's just me being curious. Okay, so this one has 43 verses. That's a lot of verses with instruction, right? It's just like how to. And so 43 verses of how to. Okay, here we go. And take that, and I'm not walking. Normally I walk on my treadmill. This is my treadmill. Normally I walk on here, but I'm taking a break from walking, but I might start it back up because I am getting sleepy again and I'm about to yawn. So we might need to start the walking again, but I've already walked 1.6 miles. So I'm like, whew. Okay, but we need our steps. I guess I should turn them on because I don't want to fall asleep. Okay. And I didn't put my weights on because that's also doing the most right now. And I needed kind of like a chiller day because we were covering so many chapters while walking. Okay. And take thou unto thee Aaron, thy brother, and his sons with him from among the children of Israel, that he may minister unto me in the priest's office, even Aaron, Nadab, and Abihu, Eleazar, and Ithamar, Aaron's sons. And thou shalt make holy garments for Aaron thy brother, for glory and for beauty. And thou shalt speak unto all that are wise-hearted, whom I have filled with the spirit of wisdom, that they may make Aaron's garments to consecrate him, that he may minister unto me in the priest's office. And these are the garments which they shall make: a breastplate and an ephod and a robe and a broidered coat, a mitre and a girdle, and they shall make holy garments for Aaron, thy brother, and his sons, that he may minister unto me in the priest's office. And they shall take gold and blue and purple and scarlet and fine linen. And they shall make the ephod of gold, of blue, of purple, of scarlet, and of fine twined linen with cunning work. It shall have the 2 shoulder pieces thereof joined at the 2 edges thereof, and so it shall be joined together. And the curious girdle of the ephod, which is upon it, shall be of the same according to the work thereof, even of gold, of blue, and of purple, and scarlet, and fine twined linen. And thou shalt take 2 onyx stones, and grave on them the names of the children of Israel, 6 of their names on one stone, and other 6 names of the rest on the other stone, according to their birth. And this is where birthstones came about. No, I'm just kidding. No, but like, I was going to say, if you want to see what this looks like, just look up on Google or whatever, something like, I don't know, Moses and Aaron, the garments of the tabernacle or something like that. And you'll see some like really cool renditions of like what it was back then. We did a tour, and now if you've heard these past chapters, you know that I've done a tour of the traveling tabernacle that they have here in Utah. I don't know if they have it anywhere else. I can't remember if That's what they've done if they've gone anywhere else. But they have a traveling tabernacle tour where they've created like an actual tabernacle like this, and you can tour it in person, and it's free and it's awesome. And they also have the things that they wore on display so that you can kind of get an idea of like, oh, that is what it looks like in person, right? So it was really cool that way. Okay, so then verse 11. With the work of an engraver in stone, like the engravings of a signet, shalt thou engrave the 2 stones with the names of the children of Israel. Thou shalt make them to be set in ouches of gold. Okay, so no, they did not get to order an engraver from Amazon to make these. So I'm curious as to like what they use to engrave, because I feel like they do not have the same tools that we did, right? And thou shalt put the 2 stones upon the shoulders of the ephod for stones of memorial unto the children of Israel. And Aaron shall bear their names before the Lord upon his 2 shoulders for a memorial. And thou shalt make ouches of gold, whatever that means. And we're not gonna elaborate on each one of these. I'm not a scholar. I have not studied the terminology. I have not studied all of this. I'm basically reading it so that I could get the gems that come from just knowing what was in these chapters. And thou shalt make the breastplate of judgment with cunning work after the work of the ephod. Thou shalt make, verse 14. And 2 chains of pure gold at the ends of wreathen work shall thou make them, and fasten the wreathen chains to the ouches. And thou shalt make the breastplate of judgment with cunning work after the work of the ephod. Thou shalt make it of gold, of blue, and of purple, and of scarlet, and of fine twined linen. Thou shalt make it foursquare. It shall be being doubled. A span shall be the length thereof, and a span shall be the breadth thereof. And thou shalt set in it settings of stone, even 4 rows of stones. The first row shall be a sardius, a topaz, and a carbuncle. This shall be the first row. If you know your stones, you'll know what those look like. The second row shall be an emerald, a sapphire, and a diamond. The third row, a ligure, an agate, and an amethyst. Ooh, amethyst is my birthstone. Okay, and the fourth row, a beryl and an onyx and a jasper. They shall be set in gold and their enclosings. And the stones shall be with the names of the children of Israel, 12 according to their names, like the engravings of a signet. Every one with his name shall they be according to the 12 tribes. Okay, just something that's now coming to me is that they have these stones and the 12 tribes. Okay, think about it. How does our calendar work? We have 12 months in our calendar. And I don't think that's by accident. I think 12 months is a representation, a similitude, or a symbol of the 12 tribes of Israel. Like, you might not think so, and that's fine. But I now, anytime I think of 12 months of the year, I'm going to think of the 12 tribes of Israel. And that's actually really cool. And then second, they had stones for each one that represented each one of them. And I'm like, what the heck? That's like very similar, if not pretty much the same, as having stones for each month. So now you have like birthstones. Well, where did the birthstone idea come from? The Bible. Anyway, I love this is like a fun gem that we just found. No pun intended. See what I did there? And like, I wouldn't have found this or discovered it for myself if I hadn't read it. Now, you might be thinking, Linda, that's a far stretch, whatever. But I believe that everything typifies of Christ. And you can find Christ in anything and everything if you're looking for him. If you're not looking for him, obviously you're not going to find it. It's kind of like if you're a pessimist, you're only going to see the bad things in life. But if you're an optimist, you're going to see the great things in life. So anyway, that is my new finding, and I'm going to love that forever. Now I'm going to see like which name lines up with which month, right? Because, and I wonder if that's why we assigned it the seasons that we have here. I mean, in the rest of the world, it might be different, but oof. Are the winter seasons the hard ones for a reason? Now I'm gonna have to go like match them up. Like this season matches with Joseph and his kids because it was such a hard time for Joseph, maybe. Or this month matches up with this person, you know, like, so maybe it's going to be cool. Anyway, I'm going to keep reading. And thou shalt make upon the breastplate chains at the ends of wreathen, again, it's like a weird word, work of pure gold. And thou shalt make upon the breastplate 2 rings of gold, and shalt put the 2 rings on the 2 ends of the breastplate. And thou shalt put the 2 wreathen chains of gold in the 2 rings which are on the ends of the breastplate, and other 2 ends of the 2 wreathen chains thou shalt fasten in the 2 ouches, and put them on the shoulder pieces of the ephod before it. Also, I'm not a fashion designer. Clearly, you can tell from all the clothes that I wear. But like, I'm like imagining trying to figure out how to put this on clothing. It feels like a lot, and it feels like it's going to be heavy because there's like rocks and stuff on you. Okay. And thou shalt make 2 rings of gold, and thou shalt put up, verse 26, sorry. Thou shalt put, and thou shalt make 2 rings of gold, and thou shalt put them upon the 2 ends of the breastplate in the border thereof, which is in the side of the ephod inward. And 2 other rings of gold thou shalt make, and shalt put them on the 2 sides of the ephod, underneath toward the forepart thereof, over against the other coupling thereof, above the curious girdle of the ephod. And they shall bind the breastplate by the rings thereof unto the rings of the ephod, which with a lace of blue, that it may be above the curious girdle of the ephod, that the breastplate be not loosed from the ephod. And Aaron shall bear the names of the children of Israel in the breastplate of judgment upon his heart when he goeth in unto the holy place for a memorial before the Lord continually. Oh, my eyes. Hold on a second. Oh, I just increased the text size, and that is so nice. But it just feels like it's going to go on forever now if I do it this way. But anyway, and thou shalt make, verse 31, and thou shalt make the robe of the ephod all of blue. And there shall be an hole in the top of it, in the midst thereof. It shall have a binding of woven work round about the whole of it, as it were the whole of an habergeon, that it be not rent. And beneath upon the hem of it thou shalt make pomegranates of blue and of purple and of scarlet round about the hem thereof, and bells of gold between round about. A golden bell and a pomegranate, a golden bell and a pomegranate upon the hem of the robe round about. Okay, so we have a pattern. And it shall be upon Aaron to minister, and his sound shall be heard when he goeth in unto the holy place before the Lord, and when he cometh out, that he die not. And thou shalt make a plate of pure gold, and grave it upon it, like the engravings of a signet. And guess what it's going to say? If you were going to engrave something in this traveling tabernacle, aka temple, what words would you use? I'm just going to give you a second. Holiness to the Lord. That's right. Same thing that they write in our temples on the walls, on the outside of the wall, right? Isn't that so cool? And thou shalt put it on a blue lace, that it may be upon the mitre, upon the forefront of the mitre it shall be. And it shall be upon Aaron's forehead, that Aaron may bear the iniquity of the holy things, which the children of Israel shall hallow in all their holy gifts. And it shall be always upon his forehead, that they may be accepted before the Lord. And thou shalt embroider the coat of fine linen, and thou shalt make the mitre of fine linen, and thou shalt make the girdle of needlework. Verse 40, and for Aaron's sons, thou shalt make coats, and thou shalt make for them girdles, and bonnets shalt thou make for them, for glory and for beauty. If you go to temples.jesuschrist, if you go to temples.the Church of Jesus Christ, right? Church of Jesus. Great. Now I can't remember the, hold on. No, just kidding. Okay. So it's go to temples.churchofjesuschrist.org, and you will find all kinds of stuff that happens in the temple, and that will provide you some information about the clothes that we wear, what goes on in the temples. And when we were temple prep teachers, we would always refer people to those videos that are in that website, temples.churchofjesuschrist.org or temple.churchofjesuschrist.org, one of those. And it is so helpful to see all the things. And the temple clothing that we wear is just ceremonial clothing that we wear, similar to like what other people wear for their ceremonial clothing from other religions or other cultures. So it's not weird. It's just different. Like, we're just not used to wearing certain things. But, you know, if you are a chef, you wear certain things because you're doing chefly things. So it's the same when you're in the temple, you're doing temple things. So you wear temple clothes. So anyway, it's only weird if you make it weird. Okay. So anyway, then we have verse 41, and thou shalt put them upon Aaron thy brother and his sons with him, and shalt anoint them and consecrate them and sanctify them, that they may minister unto me in the priest's office. And thou shalt make them linen breeches to cover their nakedness from the loins even unto the thighs they shall reach. And they shall be upon Aaron and upon his sons when they come in unto the tabernacle of the congregation, or when they come near unto the altar to minister in the holy place, that they bear not iniquity and die. It shall be a statute forever unto him and his seed after him. Okay, so we are almost to 2.5 miles now. And that is it for Exodus chapter 28. And we are going to take a long break. And we'll just have to keep reading. And we'll just be perpetually behind, because I want to make sure that we read the things that we're supposed to be reading, but also the things that are in between the lines, right? Reading in between the lines is so critical. You find gems that you wouldn't have found otherwise. And as you spend time with the Lord in these scriptures, he helps to reveal things to us, right? So anyway, okay, that is it. Until Exodus chapter 29, stay strong, warrior.